Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. Today I have a fun folio I wanted to share with you. And before I get started, quickly, I just wanted to share that you can find this tutorial and many others at thepapermotif.com. You also can keep abreast of anything new happening here in my studio. Now, also for those of you that don't know me, I'm Rita at Rita's Paper Motif. I love to create card designs, scrapbook pages, and 3D projects. And lately, I've been really liking creating those folios. And that's what I want to share with you today is a couple of folios. Now, also just so that I can do this and get it out of the way, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And of course, those thumbs up and any comments that you want to share are just a great way to get this content out to others. So let's go ahead and get started now. Now I wanted to show you, I'll show it to you right off, is I had some leftover pieces or items from the last paper pumpkin, that was March's paper pumpkin. And so the ephemera and stuff that I used here is mostly from the paper pumpkin, but I found a really easy way to make your folio card base. And so this you can create it in a 6x6 or 8x8 or 12x12. Now I am going to show you the 12x12 just because it is so simple, you're not going to believe it. So we're going to take a piece of 12x12 scrapbook paper. I'm going to go ahead and take my trimmer here, and I'll pull it down so you can see the measurements at the top. But our trimmer has, this is what it looks like, right? So anyway, I'm going to pull it down so you can see what I'm doing. But I know that half of 12 is 6, and I'm going to go ahead and score this. 12 by 12 will fit it in here so it's even at the top. I'm going to take my scoring blade, that's this one, and I'm just going to go ahead and come all the way, wait, let me make sure it's even. I'm going to come all the way down, and so I'm scoring it in half basically, and then I'm just going to flip it so it was this way. And it doesn't matter if you flip it this way or this way, it really doesn't matter. We're going to score it at 6 inches again. And so there we go. We have 4 different measurements of 6x6. I'm through with my trimmer now. And so what I want to do now is I just want to take and fold on those fold lines, right? It's a bigger paper, so we want to make sure we get those edges there where they belong. And if you didn't have a trimmer or a scoring board, you could still do this, right? Because you're just folding in half. And like I said, the one that I showed you, the folio that I showed you before, I actually made that out of, it was 6x6. All right. So now that we've got this all folded, so you have 4 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this is what's so easy about it, is that you can just cut. It doesn't matter if you cut here or here because it's all equal, right? So it doesn't matter where you, how you turn it. So you could do this on your trimmer. I'm just going to do it with my scissors. So you're just going to cut up that score line to the first score line. And now you're going to fold this up and this up. Well, actually, let's do it this way. Let's fold this. Let me see how I want to do it. I think I'll do it this way. I'll fold this up this way, and then I'm going to fold this in. But however you fold it, and I didn't cut it very straight. So that is the one thing about if you use your trimmer, you can get that straight, right? But now is a good time to correct it. So now my edges are straight. So now you have a folio base, and let's look at it. It's raw, so we're not going to decorate. I'm going to show you when I did do. But here you'll see that this is like your front page, You can put some adhesive right up here, and this can become a pocket. Here's another page, and then the final page. Now you can add pages to it. You know that these are 6 by 6, right? So if you cut a piece of cardstock that was 6 by 6.5, you can score on one of the edges at a half, and now you have an insert that you can put in here and make another page. But what's great about this is it's very simple, and you can do it out of any 12 by 12, 6 by 6, 8 by 8, whatever, and you can decorate it to your heart's content. So let's take a look at that one little scrapbook or folio that I did. They're actually little scrapbooks, so I interchange them. But this ephemera came from March's paper pumpkin, and so I had it left over. So these are little hummingbirds, and the coordinating colors are Coastal Cabana, Peach by Gorgeous Grape, and then some others. So I just used, knowing those coordinating colors, I used the Coastal Cabana for the belly band. And then this is an envelope that came in the kit. So you can see the pretty white flowers that are already on there. So now envelope paper is thin, right? So you really do need to back it up so that it's stable. So I just put it on some more Coastal Cabana, and then I layered it on the card base. So it's kind of, it's a grayish, it's a very light gray, but it's got a print in it that gives you the illusion that it's embossed. So it looks like it's been embossed, but it really is flat. There's no elevation to it or texture to it, but it definitely looks texturized. And so then this is a circle I cut out with the stamp that came in that paper pumpkin. And then I just kind of decorated it with some leftover embellishments that I have. I just took them out and used them. And then let's look at this. This is that page that we would glue, that I glued together. Remember, this is this one, but in smaller version. And so I just took a hole punch. You could use a die, and I put the adhesive, and then I punched a hole here so that you would know that you can pull things out. And inside, I just did a little tag. And so this tag, I used the another set of dies, and let me see if I have them here. I think I left them in the other room, but they come in a kit, obviously, with the blossoms, lovely blossoms. And so this is just like a plate that you put through your cutting embossing machine, and it kind of die cuts those little flower imprints. So that's great to just kind of decorate this. And then this can be used for pictures. It can be used for journaling, whatever. And you could even put more in there if you wanted to. I just put one. I'm going to probably send this to my great niece and nephew, and then, you know, they can decorate it or do whatever they want with it. If their mom takes Easter pictures, then they could send it to the grandparents. But I took the stamp set that came with that set as well, and I just stamped some of the flowers, kind of the same idea as here, and then I just colored them with my colored pencils. Now the one thing I wanted to share with you is I was thinking, as I was using my colored pencils, I was thinking, you know how colored pencils sometimes can leave like that colored pencil look, right? So I just took my blender pen. So if you've forgotten about your blender pens, you know, it might be a good time to reconnect with them. But it just really does blend all of that color together, and it makes it look better. And then I just took, this is another one of those pages, and I just cut some more of that envelope. So this is the part that closes on your envelope, and then I just kind of made a page like this. This is some ephemera, and then this is part of that back of the envelope, and then this is some ephemera that was in the kit. So what kind of prompted this was that I wanted to use up what sometimes happens is I have ephemera and stuff left over, And I wanted to just use that up so that I wouldn't have it, because for me then it becomes kind of a stash and then I forget about it. And we love our paper, so we want to use it, right? So that's how I did that. And this is another envelope. So sometimes I will cut up the envelopes into paper pumpkins, because they always come, if it's a card kit, they always come with matching envelopes. I just did this a little differently, and then I just put a tag, and I did kind of decorate it with an image from that stamp set. We know that Gorgeous Grape coordinates, so I used that as a topper for this tag, and then just some linen thread. But this little top part is part of the notes dies, and I believe that they are in the last chance list, so if you're thinking you might want them, you probably want to go get them. But I did this whole envelope, so I didn't like cut the front off. This is just part of that envelope I just kind of cut up, and I just glued that one side. So this fits perfectly in here. So again, it could be journaling, it could be pictures, whatever. And then this is unusual, but I just did a little band here, and you can stick more tags there if you want. And this is one of the sentiments from the kit. And then I just decorated the back the same way. So this is really a very simple little folio. And when I took that, I thought, well, you know what? I have been really loving the Easter Joy Suite. I thought I'm going to do that. So here's where I used the 12 by 12 paper. And let's take a look. I'm going to walk you through what I did to create this, because how you make this folio I've already shown you. And the other thing is you're going to want to use, you know, maybe you don't want an Easter folio, whatever paper you want to use up, DSP, or however you want to decorate it, is truly up to you. So here's how I did it. So this is that part, this part right here of the folio, and I took some of that Easter Joy Designer Series paper. If you don't have it and you can still get it, I can't remember if I saw if it was available or not, but you could use any Designer Series paper. That Designer Series paper, this is just a sheet of it, is kind of thick. It's almost like the tag board that comes in our DSP that stabilizes it, right? But it's beautiful. Look at these eggs. It's got some glitter to it. And so there's some very beautiful paper in this kit. Here's another sheet I wanted to show you. But also, so here's the part that I used for the front here. So right here, and it's got print on the back. So this was 6 by 6, so I just cut it down. You know how you do your layers, right? Whatever margin that you want on all sides, you're just gonna cut that down to that. So since this was a 6 and 6, I cut a 5 and half by 5 and a half, and that's this. And then I took some Pretty in Pink. And now the other thing that I'm thinking about is we're getting a new catalog that's going to go live on May 5th, I believe. It's that first Monday of May, or Tuesday. Oh, I can't remember. 5th is the date. But our in colors, our 24, 25 in colors, I got it all wrong, I'm sorry. Our 24, 25, 26 in colors are going to be retiring, and so I want to use up that cardstock, because sometimes what happens with me is I get so busy and I want to use all new stuff, and then they retire. And even though I still use them for my scrapbooks and stuff, it's I try not to use stuff that you can't get, because then that way, if you wanted to recreate it pretty close to what I did, then you still can. But I wanted to use up that cardstock that is going to be expiring or retiring. And then I used the So Swirly embossing folder, and I just love this embossing folder. You know, I use it all the time. I just really like it. So I used that on some basic white to give me some texture. And then you see this basket. Is that the cutest thing you've ever seen? It's adorable. I want to share some things about that with you. So this is the Easter basket dies. I didn't see where they were available anymore, but let me share that with you, just in case you did get it. When you take this die and you put it on your cardstock and you cut it out, then here's what happens. You get something, you can use whatever color you want. Then you get this, something like this, but you can see where there are slits in it, right? And those slits are perfect because there's another die in here, it's this one, that cuts strips. So it cuts, I'm gonna get some so you can see it. Let's see here, they're hard to grab. So it has little slits, like little strips like that, right? And so the beauty of that is you can weave those pieces right in here. So if you have this set and you haven't used yours, this is a great thing to see. And then you just weave it. So this one goes over, under, over, under, and then this one is going to go under, over. And you can sometimes do them 2 at a time just to speed things along. So you see, and then you would just keep going. So then you end up with something like this, right? And so then this little die right here can make the fringe there. Now you don't have to put that on it. I made some cards where I did it, so that's definitely totally up to you. But I made this out of crumb cake. This is out of pecan pie. So you know, you can do, this would be beautiful with just a white basket with different colors. So, and you know what, you don't have to just use it for Easter. If you've got that die set, you could put vegetables in here. I have some leftover, and I am going to do it. I have some leftover DSP from To the Market, so that's been a few catalogs ago, but that those vegetables that I have fit in here perfectly, and so that will make a nice summer card, right? But anyway, I want to show that to you. So that's what I did right here. Now I used some ephemera from a kit, and so that's, or is it, yeah, from a kit. I used this ephemera, Hello Spring. I use this ephemera from it, and these come from it as well. And then I've had this forever. I think it might even be like over 8 years old, but I like it because it has like little wooden pieces and it's thick, and I just wanted to put it on the front. On the front of my folios, I like to put charms, or I like to put something that is different, that really stands out, that, you know, you look at and go, okay. The problem is sometimes when I do that, I have to be careful because it can get a little too gaudy, right? So I didn't want this, and I wanted it to be fresh and clean. And then this little bunny, if you got the Easter basket suite, you got this stamp set, and this is that stamp set. So I stamped it on the pecan pie, and then I just took this die, here it is right here, and I cut out the little bunny, trying to make it look like a chocolate bunny. But if you got that kit, the March paper pumpkin, then you also would have gotten a little ephemera that looks like a basket too. So if you could definitely use it. Now I realize that Easter is this next Sunday, but you can also go back and get refills of the kit. So know that you can do that too. So you won't get the stamp set, but you can get all the ephemera. So this would be something that you could use in the summertime as well. So that's what I used here for the front. And then I just used some ribbon from my stash. We have some beautiful white ribbon in our catalog, and in the one that's gonna go live on the 5th of May. So you could use any color ribbon. With this paper, I could have used any color that I had, right? And so then when you open it up, here's that pocket that was made by just adhering that bottom to the top. And I used some more of that designer series paper on here. And then I just put a photo placement card here. Now they can do whatever or I can do whatever I want on it. I could actually even put 2 pictures if they're smaller. Or I could put one 3x4 or something like that here. So I will do that. This is a folio that I'm going to use, so that's what I'm going to use that for. Now this is just a card piece that comes from that designer series paper. In the Easter Joy designer series paper, it has 2 sheets that just have these. They're like card fronts, and you have to cut them down for the front of your card, so you could use them for a front of your card, or you could cut it apart if you want to. But I just cut it down and used it as a tag and put some ribbon on it. And then it's going to go right in here. I did put some, so this is what the back of that page looks like. I did put some basic white there because I'm thinking I'm going to put a photo here, and then I might just write about the photo here, or I might put another one. I haven't decided. I am going to try and finish this today so that I can get it ready for what I want to do with it. And then this is just part of that designer series paper on the back. So let me see if I have some here handy that I can show you. Yeah, so on the back of that Easter egg sheet, there's this, and that's, no, that's not the same one. Sorry, let's see here. I really did kind of want to show you, but, oh, here it is. So this beautiful striped, and we are going to use it. So on the back is that, it's like crumb cake and white, and so they're like little plus signs, or like crosses is what I think they're supposed to be. So I just cut that and just put it on, I just glued on the 3 sides here and just punched a hole for like a thumb hole and put it in there. And then this is also stamped from this stamp set, and then there is a die to cut it out. Again, I used my colored pencils and the blender to give it that smooth look. And then these little ephemera pieces are part of the Easter assortment here. So right here, this is the sheet of them. So I used the little pink eggs right there. And then this is a sentiment strip from that spring paper pumpkin that came. So, and I just put some blue twine. Now this twine, I haven't looked lately. It was on the last chance list, but it was so popular it might even totally be gone now. But you know, you can never, to me, I can never have too much ribbon or too much twine. And so sometimes when you have a lot of twine, you have a lot of choices, and so it takes a while to go through it. But this is a good way to use up that stuff, and when you use it up, you can always get new, right? That's the whole thing behind it. And then here's another tag. Now this is specialty paper that comes in a specialty, it goes with the Easter basket or Easter Joy suite. But this is kind of the peach pie, and it's very glittery. I hope you can see it. So it really has a lot of shine to it. And I had out of gold foil, I just die cut a little butterfly. But you really could decorate it any way you want to. And I used some old ribbon. Yeah, I was trying to think what ribbon I could use. I didn't have any peach pie ribbon. So I did have some of this gold left over, so that's what I used. And then this is just, actually this was out of the scrap bin, so I'm going to use this as journaling. I just put some Shy Shamrock, which are some of the colors that are in that DSP. I put it on top, and then I used my crocodile to make a hole. And then I used some ephemera from the Easter Joy. Let's see. I have to look at it. From the I just cut it out of this piece right here. So I cut them out, right? There is a die too that you can use, but I didn't see it till after it already started. So kind of my mistake. But these are going to sit right in here just like that. And yeah. And then so the next page, I added this page, remember, because there was only like 2 pages. And this is the one that I made 6 by 6. It's actually 6 by 6.5. And I scored it 1/2 inch and then just inserted it like we do in our folios. So here's another page. And this is the ephemera that came from that spring kit, Hello Spring kit. So, you know, I think originally he was supposed to go in a basket, but I just put him here. And I used some very old ribbon. This is Balmy blue, and I just used that, made a little bow for the bunny. And then this is a photo will go here. So I wanted to make sure that I could still get my photo on here. So this is the only thing that really is on here that is stuck. So I could still put the photo there. And then this is that beautiful striped DSP, and I just put it on some Balmy blue. And then this page, I did the same thing. This is a stamped bunny. These are some stamps and die cuts from that Easter basket. Again, I used my, I used my colored pencils. The leaves and these 2 pink tulips are from that Hello Spring kit. And then this is the Shy Shamrock. This is the opposite page of one of those pieces of the, oh, it's here. It's this one. So the back side is this, and that's what I used as the base layer. So there's that. So I'm going to be putting a photo right here. And then this is a waterfall. Now, be careful. Don't do what I did. I should have cut these just a little more narrow, and I probably will trim them up. But this is a waterfall. So I used, isn't this beautiful? This is part of that specialty paper. It's the Shy Shamrock, and it does glitter. And so I just put that on some basic Shy Shamrock cardstock, which is also going to be retiring. And then just some white for a photo. I'm probably going to put a 2x2. I have this little HP sprocket, so when I have pictures, I'll just take them from my phone and download them onto the sprocket. And they come out, they're just small pictures, and they come out with a sticky back, so I can just put it right on there. But one of the things that I thought I didn't want to see too much of is where the white just cuts off to the beautiful glittery specialty paper. So I just took some green grass. This is what it looks like, but it comes from the Easter basket dies. And so I just, you can do them out of any color. I didn't do them out of Shy Shamrock because I don't know why I did it. But so this is out of Garden Green or Mossy Meadow. I can't remember. Mossy Meadow. And then I just used some more of those eggs that I had cut out. And then I just kind of used things. You know, I could put a picture here, or even could use this for journaling. Here's some more for a picture. And so, yeah, that's how I did that. This will be for a picture. And then I did just use that little chocolate bunny. These are on dimensional, so are these, so that I can stick my photo underneath. And then this is the final page. So this is, so in that specialty packet of 12 by 12 paper, there was this beautiful tulip, and I hope you could see it. It's like got silver. So there was that. There was this Shy Shamrock, and then also this peach pie. And so I just cut a pocket here and put this on here. Now, I didn't really want to cover it up too much because I think it's gorgeous, but at the same time, without anything on it, even though it was beautiful, I just felt like it needed to be prettied up, right? It's like it needed the lipstick. So anyway, I used this sentiment, and it comes from the Celebrate Spring. I think I called it Hello Spring, but it came from the Celebrate Spring paper pumpkin. And so this is the sentiment here. You can see I had eggs and even some more grass and some really nice sentiments on here. So that's what I stamped that, and then I just took an old punch that I have and just punched it out. And this button is something I've had for a long time. So I am not sure when or why, but I think I was doing a baby album, and so I had a lot of these buttons, and so that was just perfect for this. I could have put some twine in it, like maybe some white twine through those holes where you normally would sew on the button, and put a bow. I could have done that. I didn't. I just now thought of it. But that is really, I was happy to use it, because that's what we want to do, is we want to use up our stuff. And I've had these for a while. It was another kit that I had made these for. So it has vellum on the top. It's just basic white. So I just put this on some dimensionals and put it there. And then some of those strips, remember that the dies cut out. So that's the thing. You can have a lot of them when when you die cut, so that you are prepared. So basically what I did is I just took a pink strip, just put it here, and then a silver foil, just to kind of draw it all together in my mind. And then I just took some more of that DSP and just made some different tags here. And so they'll fit right in here. So we have a lot of pictures that I can put in here. Also some, some notes or journaling. And then on the back side, I just wanted to end it with something that was springy. And so these were made with this builder punch. It's the Woolly Friends builder punch. And so this is the body of the lamb, and then the head and the feet, and a little bow. I chose to make the bow just with some pink ribbon because I want to use up that ribbon. But I just put two little sheep here, and here's some shamrock grass. And that's kind of what I did there. You could take your white ink and just kind of, blend some clouds if you wanted to. I just kind of left it like that. I'm probably going to put a sentiment here of some sort. Not sure what I'm going to put there yet. So I am going to do that. And I have an old punch that looks like clouds. So I might do that, and then, stamp a sentiment in it. But I just wanted to show this to you. Not only because I like it, not only because I'm becoming enamored with those folios, but also, as we approach this new calendar, it's kind of nice to use up what, you can't get any more of. So use up those scraps. And also when you have leftovers from kits, that's good to use those as well. So, that's why I wanted to share it with you, and also to open up. Maybe you already know this trick and I'm just late to the party, but using those simple ways to create your folios they're just awesome. These, I wish when I was teaching I would have known this, because kids love to make books, and they just love to create. They have no rules as far as they're creating, which is that's awesome, right? So this would be perfect for them. You would just need one 12 by 12, and they could go at it. So that would be fun. They could even do some, you could even turn it into a thematic thing and let them do some writing. So possibilities are endless, but that's what I wanted to show you, and to show you these two. Now I want to thank you for joining me today. And I hope that you were inspired in some way. And definitely leave a comment in the comment section if you want to. And of course, as I said before, your likes and subscribing to the channel really do help me to grow my channel. So thank you so much. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you again next week. Bye now.